Hey, what up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video I really want to talk about the fallacy of the law of attraction and the word manifestation and manifesting when used in the spiritual context. This all started, I think, or it all really kicked up back in 2012, 2013 when that movie The Secret came out, where people were, a group of people, motivational speakers and spiritualists, what have you, who were relatively popular, decided to make a movie, talking about the law of attraction and what it can do for you and all the wonderful things about it and why you should believe in it and all this other stuff. It's complete bogus. It's complete BS. Actually, there's a lot of BS. There's a lot of just horse crap that's in this field of spirituality, metaphysical, topics. There's actually, out of everything out there, that's part of spirituality, that's part of New Age beliefs, that's part of metaphysical topics, I would have to say the law of attraction ranks highest in the level of BS. There's a lot of BS out there. It's like a fast flowing river of just crap, just junk, and then just trash, garbage, and then there's small speckles of truth out there. The law of attraction has to be the biggest pile of just junk, crap, trash that there is in spirituality, and I'm gonna talk about why. I'm gonna talk about why it's just complete bogus, why it's false, and why you should definitely not believe in it and practice it, what have you, because it's really just it takes you down a hole that just does nothing but bad things for you. So, what is the law of attraction? Well, it's a new age thought philosophy that whatever you think in your mind, good or bad, you're gonna manifest that in your actual life, whether it be good or bad. In the movie, when you're watching the movie, they really like to play the card, of the person, being wealthy and having a good family and having a big house, lots of money, very wealthy, big family, happy person, what have you. And in the movie, they just kind of train you or teach you that all you have to do is think about it, and the universe will just give it to you. And that's the law of attraction. You just sit there, you just think about it. And I love how they had, all this like cool, animation, graphic design where the guy's sitting there thinking about it, and all of a sudden, you see these like waves coming out of his head, and it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to resemble his thoughts or whatever. And that's, just like that's how they kind of, use that to further, talk about their point, and that all you do is think about it, and the message sends out to the whatever, the universe, the ether, this body of consciousness, right? That apparently takes in all of our thoughts and then just gives it to us because because that's what we want. That's what we're thinking about. That's what we want. It's complete BS. Complete BS. It's always like a common theme of a guy sitting there. I want $1,000,000, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sit there, sit on my couch and do nothing but watch TV and just whatever, do nothing, right? Be a couch potato and just think in my head, I want $1,000,000, and somehow, some way, that's going to happen. And that's what the law of attraction is teaching people: is that all you have to do is sit there on your lazy butt, not do a damn thing, and you're going to get whatever you think. Or even conversely, negative thoughts. Law of attraction says, if you have negative thoughts, you're gonna manifest that in your life. No, no. I was talking to a friend and said something funny. Every time I hear the word manifestation or manifesting used in the spiritual context, two things happen for me. First, I cringe. I cringe right away. I just can't help it. It's just like, oh gosh, not this shit again. And then second, I almost kind of like throw up in my mouth almost. It's just that like disgusting to me, that the whole process, that whole thought process, because it's so wrong, it's so backwards, and it's very detrimental to your actual spiritual awakening. It's very detrimental to you actually waking up to who you really are. This very personal spiritual growth, this very personal spiritual process that we all go through while we're waking up. Stuff like the law of attraction and stuff like what they're peddling, is not only trash, it's not only BS, but it's also detrimental to your waking up, and it takes you down all these different holes that have nothing to do with you actually. If this one path was you waking up here, and here's all this other crap that takes you the opposite way. That's what the law of attraction is, and everything else, that all this other BS, it just goes the opposite way. People don't actually understand the reason why. And you know what's funny is that the stuff like the law of attraction really promotes selfishness and entitlement. It really, really promotes that. Like, people just become so entitled, so selfish when they subscribe to these beliefs that they're so far up there, their head is so far up there, whatever, they can't even realize that. They can't even see straight, they're just all caught up in this, and it's just so, it's just not good. People don't understand how the third dimension, the physical world that we live in right now, actually, works. The whole idea of free will, right? The whole idea of having free will is really kind of a joke, right? Let me elaborate on that. So, free will. People have long debated in spirituality, is our life preordained? Is everything planned? Is everything written on the script and we're just following along? Or do we have the free will? And people have made movies of this stuff, do we actually have the free will of, paving our own path, going our own way? Yes and no. Now let me explain. Free will as an entirety, as a whole, is a joke. You don't actually have it. This side, third dimension, is ran by the second side. The other side, there goes this, slurring in my brain. Metaphysical, as you wake up stronger, as you get stronger with your metaphysical abilities, the logical thing, fades away a little bit. So, anyway, so this side, third dimension, is ran by the other side, where we are when we're not in a physical body. When the physical body drops, we go home. That's our home. That's what religions call heaven. There's really no such thing as hell or heaven. But if the closest thing to that would be the other side, which is actually where we go, our true home anyway. Regardless, it's actually where our true home is. This physical life that you're having is like a shirt or a jacket. You take one, you put one off. It's like, you have a bunch of lives, but every time your life is finished in a physical body, people have had billions of millions of lives. You go home to the second dimension, which is the other side. We call it the other side. So that's where your your great grandparents are right now. That might have passed away. So, the other side, spirit, controls this side. Why do we have physical lives? Physical lives is just a way for spirit to experience what it is, what it's like having a life in a physical body, where you're so restrained and dumbed down, and to grow and learn. That's pretty much why you have physical lives. But everything is controlled by the other side. The bigger picture wise, everything is pretty much controlled. When you're born, and people like to call this soul contracts, whatever. I don't really like using that word per se, but the meaning behind it is kind of appropriate in that, before you're born as spirit, okay, I'm gonna go to this planet, Earth, for example. I'm gonna come to Earth, have a life, be born in a physical body, to these parents, these people, and be born into this family on this geographical place on the planet, and I'm going to live and grow up, and then at a certain age, something's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, they're not necessarily soul contracts per se, but the idea behind that is, yes, there are things that are preordained for you to experience and go through as you're living your life, as you're going through your life. There's experiences that you're gonna that are just gonna be put right there, and that's kind of the bigger picture of. There is really no free will, because the other side controls that. Your spirit guides control that. Your spirit guides help make that. They can go back in time, forward in time, make adjustments. Spirit can do this, but mainly your spirit guides, because they work personal with you. Your spirit guides that we all have. You're assigned spirit guides that just kind of watch over you. The whole idea is that you're having a physical life. You forgot who you really are as spirit. You are so much more as spirit. As spirit, you are so much more than you are in a physical body that you could ever imagine right now. You're so much bigger, stronger, more powerful. You could do so much. It's like that analogy of like let's say, taking the tuning fork, and when you hit the tuning fork, ding, it sounds very nice, high vibration, and then you stick it in a puddle of mud, thick tar or whatever, and then just like, and it just dies down. Well, being in a physical body is like you being that tuning fork, right? In that puddle of tar, and that's all you ever know. Well, that's all you've ever known, because you're not aware that, wow, you could be vibrating, at a higher frequency, if you weren't in a puddle of tar, right? But in a physical body, when we go into a physical body, we kind of forget, that we are actually spirit, and we forget, our memory, our past lives, everything, and so you wake up, you kind of get that back in the groove. But you really there really is no such thing as free will, right? Things are planned for you, yeah. Now that doesn't mean that everything you do is preordained. If you decide to go, walk down the street and go to a cafe and get a cup of coffee, that could have been all on you. Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe you were supposed to be there to meet somebody or to do something, or maybe you just did that on your own volition to go and get a cup of coffee. That that's an example right there. I just want to give you, but the whole idea of this law of attraction, where if you just sit there and you think in your head, I want $1,000,000, and all of a sudden that's just going to happen for you. No, no way, no way, no way. We all experience big things in our life, right? At certain points in our life, when we're young, older, whatever, there's always these certain points that we can all kind of, if you ask yourself for a second, like, okay, what at what age did such and such happen to where that was a big turning point in my life? And we can all kind of sit back and think of one or two or three or multiple things, right? Well, when something like that happens in your life, it really only happens as a result of a couple of things. One, it could be just your own perseverance, your own dedication, your own hard work, right? Some people like to say that the law of attraction helped me get this job or whatever, but they've been working at that job for the last 20 years or something. It's like, no, that's your own personal hard work. You should be proud of yourself, that you got that job, or whatever accomplishment that you achieved. You should be proud of yourself, because that was more than likely on you if you put in all the work. So one, it could have been just you putting in the hard work and dedication, and then seeing it through, and achieving whatever it is that you wanted to achieve. It's not law of attraction where it was just given to you or something. No. It could be that, or two, it could be something that like a big life-changing event. Maybe you meet somebody, something happens, or you decide to do something, which then cascades into a snowball effect of other things happening in your life. It could be number two, where that was planned all along for you to do that, for you, for that to happen, or whatever it was. The other side controls that. The other side absolutely controls that. And just because they control it, and something good happens, or something good gets put in your life. Let's say you meet your husband or your wife, or your future husband or your wife, and let's say let's just give an example here of oh, you're walking down the street, you go into this your local grocery store, or your cafe, or wherever you like to go to hang out, and all of a sudden you see something that you see something that you've never seen before, and it's like boom, it's like, oh my gosh, I really like this person, oh, I want to get to know this person, and 2 years down the line you're married or whatever, and then some people might look back at that and say, wow, the law of attraction gave me this person. No, it doesn't work like that at all. That was put in your life on purpose, right? If something like that did happen, in that particular circumstance, something like that would be put in somebody's life on purpose. And no, it's not law of attraction where you wanted it, so you manifested it or something. It's like, no, that was just made to happen anyway. That's just how the other side works. That's just how it works. If something is made to happen, let's say you're supposed to meet somebody or meet people, for whatever reason, right? Personal, work, what have you, and it's very important that you meet certain people in your life. It's just going to be made to happen, but it's not. It's the other side controlling that. It's your spirit guys controlling that. It has nothing to do with law of attraction. You were thinking about it or something, and then you attracted it, or what have you. or manifesting. Oh, I manifested this in my life. I manifested my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my this, my that, my job, my whatever, because I was thinking about it. It's like, no, no, not at all. But it can be confusing to people that don't understand how the other side works, right? And so they want to use whatever they can to understand it, but then they always subscribe to these labels like manifestation, law of attraction, these false beliefs, because it sounds most appealing to them, and it's very attractive, and it's just like it's literally poison to your awakening. These beliefs, law of attraction, all of it. It's poison. And you know what's funny? You know what's most ironic of all of this is when they made that movie, all those people that all those kind of famous new age speakers that made that movie. After they made the movie, they were suing each other. Yeah, they made a lot of money from that movie. I mean, they made hundreds of millions of dollars on that movie. It was so popular, you know. It didn't just pull in the a metaphysical, spiritual, new age crowd. It was everybody. The average person watched the movie and was like, wow, this is next level. This is new. This is awesome. Because it appealed to people's kind of primal wants and needs. And it's always like money or relationships or a big house or something. It appealed to that, and so people liked it. And it's always predicated on playing on people's own selfishness, their own entitlement, what have you. It doesn't work like that at all. And it was so funny when I was reading up on it, how they started suing each other for a lot of money. I mean, it's just like, you make a movie talking about all you want is right here, and then you guys were successful, and all of a sudden like people started suing each other because they got greedy. It's just it's silly, but it is what it is. The law of attraction, manifesting. You don't manifest anything. It's not you don't attract anything. It's everything in your life. People, when you can really see the other side, and when you see how everything is ran, you will know that there is actually very, very little free will, next to none, when it comes to you in this physical life having your physical experience right now. Most of the time, it's a very situational thing, right? Sometimes people think they're making their own choice, but they're actually pushed, guided, or pushed to do so, or even made to do so. It's easy for spirit to manipulate a body. It's easy for spirit. All they have to do. You have your crown chakra right here, and then you have your hypothalamus. All they have to do is put energy on your head, go in through the crown, put energy on your head, and they can run you like a puppet. You'll be told to ram your head against the wall or do something that you may not want, that's not you. And then when they take their energy away, you're like, wait, what the heck? Why did I do that? What happened? I'm sure we've all experienced that. I've experienced that myself. It used to happen daily almost, where I would have spirit messing with me and doing that, and I would be hurting myself. And then when they pull away, I'm like, what the heck? Why did I do that? I just cut myself. I just burned myself. What? This is, spirit attacking you. But they can easily control you, right? They can easily control you. So whether or not people's choices are free will or preordained, planned out already ahead of time or made to happen, it's all situational, right? It's all whatever, But I can guarantee you, the bigger events in your life, from when you grow up to what you're generally going to be doing in your life, what kind of path you're going to take, what you're going to get involved in, the people you're going to meet, this kind of stuff, these things just kind of happen as you're going through your life. And the reason why is because they were already planned out for you. So the bigger events, which are the more important ones anyway, are pretty much all planned out. There really is not much free will at all. It's very the other side is very totalitarian in a way, but not like how we think of it. Not like, it's not like that. It's different, but it's in the sense that it's not, you don't have the free will, but it's not like bad. It is, everything is controlled though. That's what I guess I want to say. So if I were you guys, and I know people watching this don't have an issue with this, but to the real new agey people out there, I would definitely recommend getting rid of the word manifest or manifestation from your vocabulary when you're talking about spiritual stuff. It's just like it just doesn't do anything for you, and it also promotes a false thought process. So, but that's just my opinion on it. That's my 2 cents. I've known through my own personal experience that, in my own awakening, in my own life, that, not only is it not true, this law of attraction is complete BS, and also how the other side controls everything and how they run lives here on this side. So that's all. Thanks guys for watching. If you want to know more, check out my website. Also got stones for sale on Etsy. Links below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.